What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the first day this week that we've had the sun actually out for majority of the day. This morning we tried another location, didn't have any luck, so this afternoon we made a move down here away from some people. We do have a group of people a little further down, but we got out on the beach a little further out, hoping to get on some fish. Y'all hang around, let's see what we can catch. So as you can see, we have some people all the way down here, but we have the beach all to ourselves. We do have one other fisherman way down here, but we're hoping to get on some fish here on the beach. The way the bar is set up, looks like the waves are crashing right here. Probably have a small trough here, but hopefully we're close enough where we can get to the back side of that bar right there. That's where we're gonna try and set our baits. Well, we will run probably one or two up close. But for now, we're gonna try to get our big rods way out there. I'll show you what we're using, but it's pretty much the same setup we've been using for the last couple of days. But hopefully this beach will produce some good fish. Let's see. First things first, as always, let's get our sand spikes put in. Got them in pretty far because we are down here in the loose sand. The waves are gonna be washing over it. So I got the longer spikes. We're gonna put them in pretty deep. That way, even though we're in the loose sand, we're not gonna be bending over too far when we get a big fish on, hopefully. There we go. Sand spikes are in. Let's get the poles out. All right, so since I haven't scooped any sand fleas yet, we're gonna just use some dead shrimp. Pick this up on the way out here. Fresh dead shrimp. And we're gonna refresh our fish bites. Just the same old sand flea flavored and shrimp flavored fish bites. And I believe we got a 3-ounce lead on this pole. Let's see if we can get it out behind this bar out here. It may be sitting just on the back side of that bar, if not just on the edge of that back of the bar. So we'll see. We'll give it a few minutes, see if it'll set. If not, I can wait it out just a little bit and I should be able to get it on the back side of that bar. All right, let's see if there's any fish here. Okay, so we reeled this one back in. Something took the shrimp off and then the fish bite off the bottom drop right here. But what we are going to do is, because the current does seem to be ripping just a teeny bit, we are going to throw on our Sputnik weight. I've never used these before. I've heard people say good things about them holding in rough conditions, but we're going to throw the Sputnik on. We'll see if it makes a difference, but hopefully it'll help it stay in one spot for at least long enough for a fish to grab it and take off. All right guys, I think I have something. I'm not positive. It didn't hit it like normal. Either that or it's a massive Sputnik weight, one of the two. There is some seaweed moving in, so the seaweed has made it extremely challenging. Looks like we got a big old clump of seaweed, which is what we were feeling. That moved in. But we have no baits whatsoever on our hook, so that means something's biting out there. Let's get it re-rigged or get it re-baited and put it back out there and see if we can actually catch what's taking our bait. All right, guys, we got something on. Let's see what it is. See if he spit the hook. Felt like something big got on. Haven't felt him again since. Let's see. Hopefully it's not just seaweed. Hopefully we got us a fish. Looks like a whiting. Don't spit the hook, don't spit the hook. Hey, first whiting in Gulf Shores, you guys. Finally, a fish that's not a catfish. I mean, seriously. All right, let's get him unhooked. Right here. On the whiting rig, finally. And he's a nice size one. He is going in the cooler. We are gonna keep him because we've got a whole group of people back at the house to feed. So we are gonna keep him for sure. These jokers are one of the slipperiest fish I have ever caught. So don't be surprised if I drop him on the ground at least once, maybe twice. All right. That's what I'm talking about. If we get in a mess of these guys, we'd be set for dinner. A lot of people don't like whiting, but I'm just telling you, whiting is one of the best eating fish around. All right, let's get a quick measurement on him. See how big he is, just for the sake of it. There is no limit on whiting, size limit and or bag limit. So you can keep as many as you want, whatever size you want. He is, we'll call him 11.5 inches. He is definitely nice enough to go in the cooler. So we're gonna drop him in the cooler and see if we can't get on a couple more of those. All right, let's see if we can't get on another whiting in this little hole over here. Talk about good cut bait right here. All right. Got a nice sized ladyfish. We are gonna throw him in the cooler. Use him to maybe try and get some bull reds this evening, a shark, who knows, something to bite. He's going in the cooler. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with right now. This is wrapped around my swivel on my bait, my rig. So that's what we're dealing with out here in the surf right now. It was not here this morning. It just moved in the last several hours. It is a pain in the butt to fish with this. This is not fun. All right, I'll get off my soapbox now. We got another fish on the whiting rig. Little piece of shrimp. There we go. A little whiting, y'all. Whiting number 2.
Nice.
So I normally say 10 inches or less, I throw back. 10 inches or higher, I'm gonna keep them. It's kind of my self-regulation. Again, there's no regulations on these whatsoever. I believe he's gonna make the 10-inch mark. Can't hold on to him. I told y'all, these things are slippery. Yeah, 10-inch mark, he makes the cut. He's going in the cooler. We're working on a small fish supper right now. I'm telling you, some fried whiting, you can't beat it. They're like, I call them fish sticks. They're like little fish nuggets. Delicious. So we're gonna see if we can't get on a couple more. My GoPro battery's working on dying, so I'm trying to conserve battery. But let's see if we can get on it, guys. Okay, so let me show you kind of where I found these whiting sitting. So we've got a point here that we're set up on that side of a rod. We got a rod on that side and we got one on the point. So the point comes out to where these waves are. It kind of cuts back in here, and then right here, if you can see it, we got waves crashing right here where it's shallow. But as we look over, we don't see as many waves. So that tells me there's a deeper pocket here. So that's where I've been tossing to catch the whiting. It's been in this deep pocket over here with just this little whiting setup. But the deep pockets are where you're gonna find those whiting sitting. And a lot of times when you get away from one of these points, it's gonna cut back in and have a really nice deep pocket next to it. So that's where you're gonna try and find your whiting sitting. And so that's where I am throwing my little Carolina rig. It's right out in here. I turn sideways so I can still see my big poles behind me. I think we got one. It's not seaweed, it's a fish. I felt the bite. Let's see if he made it through the seaweed. Nope. Just some big old clump of seaweed. All right, guys, I got a pile of seaweed, but I think I got a fish on with that pile of seaweed. And we do. Another little whiting. That's the third whiting of the day, so we're getting on a little bit of a whiting bite, y'all. Third whiting, man, kind of got him good, so we'll definitely put him in the cooler. All right, let's see, let's get him off. Dude, calm down. All right, everyone, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. Fishing out in Fort Morgan. Obviously, we are back home now. I forgot to film an outro when we were on the beach, mainly because the seaweed was moving in. I was super frustrated with the seaweed. Little did I know this day was gonna be the least seaweed I would see for the rest of the week. We had some storms move through, which blew a ton of seaweed up on the beach and kind of killed the fishing for the rest of the week. But this day in particular out in Fort Morgan, it was a rough day fishing. We caught that one ladyfish that we ended up using for some cut bait. Then we caught the 3 whiting that we ended up keeping to eat. But needless to say, it was a day out on the beach, better than a day working. So we had a blast. My wife was out with me. We just had fun putting some baits in the water to see if we couldn't get on anything. It was a hard bite, but we did get on a few fish. So guys, like always, if you want to see more fishing videos just like this, we have a couple more coming from Gulf Shores. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. That way you get notified next time I post a video. And as always, no matter what you're doing, whether you're in the outdoors or doing something else, we just want to make sure you're all in. We'll catch y'all in the next one. See you guys.